Yeah.
Hey, everybody, I'm so excited to talk to you today about something that's been on my mind for a while. It's a topic that I've discussed with a lot of people recently, and it relates to communication and the way in which we approach communication at our schools, the way we teach it, and what we prioritize under that umbrella with communication. So, one of the things I've talked to a lot of people about recently is this idea that we spend a lot of time teaching writing in schools. And before I say anything else, I want to make it very clear. I believe we should be teaching writing. I feel writing is a very valuable form of communication and it needs to be integrated across the curriculum. Where I want to continue this conversation, though, is in the other areas of communication, such as speaking, visual and graphic design, using voice and video to communicate to others. So, we generally, I feel like in schools, place writing under this literacy umbrella. And sometimes and traditionally it falls under English language arts or even as part of a reading course or some type of combined reading and writing course. And I would say probably more so in the past decade or so, writing has been looked at as a uh, skill that needs to be integrated across the curriculum, which is I completely agree with. That it should not necessarily exist in isolation from content and other areas of learning. That it should be integrated and taught in ways that you can learn how to write in many different areas. And we spend a lot of time on writing. I remember talking to somebody who was adamantly saying to me, we need to teach writing every day in every class. Kids need to be writing every day, every class. And I'm not necessarily saying I disagree with that, aside from saying I don't think there's anything everybody should do every day. But if the idea is kids need to write on a regular basis across the curriculum, I can agree with that. But one thing I think we never hear is that kids should be speaking every day in every class, that they should be given an opportunity to utilize their voice to communicate a message. Now, we sometimes do this when we have students give presentations and we integrate class discussion and teach students. Hopefully, we're spending time teaching them how to communicate in different areas and in different forums and what that looks like in good speaking oral communication skills. But I don't think we look at speaking and voice as closely as we do writing. And the reason why I bring this up is we see the shift in communication in our world, that people are communicating through video and voice and graphic design, infographics, and many other things in many more ways than they ever have. I was talking to somebody and said, you know what? I think the written word was really started to document things. Way back in history, there were oral traditions that were told by voice and handed down, and obviously there's shortfalls of that. Sort of the whisper down the alley concerns. And so we added this written word. The written word wasn't originally added as a way to learn better, it was a way to communicate better. And so I feel like we need to look at writing under the communication umbrella, not under necessarily this side literacy umbrella. I think writing should be under a communication umbrella. And as a result of that, there are other things that fall under that communication umbrella, including voice, speaking, video, visual and graphic design. Those all fall under this communication umbrella. So once we look at it that way and we say, okay, we want to teach students to be good communicators. One of the things in our school district's mission statement, I believe in strongly. We need to teach them how to be good communicators. Writing is a part of that, but so again is speaking, video, graphic design. And when we look at the amount of time and the amount of curriculum that really highlights and emphasizes these things, we see there's a lot that falls with writing and not a lot or very little, certainly less, that falls with speaking. And again, my question, I guess, is, does this truly reflect where society is today? A bigger question, does this reflect where society is going to be in the future? Think about things like Google Home or Google Assist. Think about Siri. Think about Alexa. Think about these voice options that we use in our cars, on our phones, in our homes. We now have smart appliances. all operated by voice. And the importance of voice, whether it be a one-on-one conversation, how to have a good communication skills there, or sending a message to a global audience. Communication skills, specifically speaking skills, are so important. So my question I want to pose is, are we spending enough time on those other forms of communication? We're certainly spending a lot of time on writing. And again, not saying that we shouldn't be. But should we consider how much time we're spending on these other areas and forms of communication? Are we giving them equal weight? Or are we giving them the amount of time and weight that's reflective of their importance in society? And my argument is no, that we are not being intentional enough with speaking skills and other forms of communication as much as we are writing. So the challenge is, again, as always, how do we find time for this? How do we fit it in? And obviously, that's a bigger question than we're going to answer today. But I think it's a question that teachers and curriculum departments and school leaders need to be thinking about and discussing when they're developing their comprehensive plans, when they're developing their mission, and the things that they want to focus on developing in their students. I think schools need to do more when it comes to considering communication as a key skill in all aspects of communication, and how much time and weight are given to those different aspects other than writing. And again, I think we just need to look at the current world and the world to which we're moving to really see that there are probably areas such as speaking skills, video, voice, graphic, and visual design that are not being given the attention they deserve. Those are my thoughts on this topic. I would love to hear yours. Please feel free to comment below. And again, if you want to follow along this vlog, I really would love it if you could subscribe and follow along my journey as an educator, as an educational leader. And I've really enjoyed putting this together today for you. Again, topic I love and really passionate about discussing. Have an awesome day.
Yeah. The Mike Kelly way. The Mike Kelly way. Whoa. Learning how to educate, we gon' get it straight. We could do it the Mike Kelly way, the Mike Kelly way. Listen to him predicate, you gon' be amazed. We could do it the Mike Kelly way, the Mike Kelly way. Whoa. Clean cut professional as what would